Hello everyone, welcome to your Flow and Deep. You might like to come into a kneeling position like I am. Unless it's uncomfortable, come into a cross-legged position. And today you might need a bolster or at least a couple of cushions, maybe a block, maybe the wall. So once you're in your kneeling position, closing your eyes, let your hands rest in your lap. And taking a few deep breaths in to settle, to arrive. Bring a softness into your legs. Let the sit bones gently sink down towards your heels or the floor. And bringing your awareness to the base of the spine, the tailbone. And slowly traveling your awareness up the length of your spine towards the base of your skull. And then broadening across your collarbones, let the shoulders soften down. Feeling a beautiful length in your neck. And allow your head to float on top of the spinal column here. And softening through your face. Perhaps feeling your face relax like that of a sleeping child. Settling into the soft rhythm of your natural breath, not changing the breath in any way. Allow your belly to be soft. And begin to bring your awareness to your nostrils. And as you breathe in, follow the pathway of your breath into your body. And then also as you breathe out, follow the pathway of your breath back out of your body. And just notice what that feels like as you begin to internalize coming into your body, arriving here. And then take one deepest breath in, and then a big sigh out. Let your shoulders relax. And then blink your eyes open and do that again. Deep breath in, and a big sigh out. Just noticing the difference with your eyes open and closed. And on your next inhale, bring your arms out to shoulder height. Turn the palms facing up and thumb and index finger touch. We're going to rotate through the arms, so bring your palms facing down and pulling all the way back slightly with your thumbs. And then as you inhale, circling all the way around to the front and the top, and preferably see if you can press back a little. So with your breath, exhaling down to feel the front of the shoulder roll down, and then as you inhale, opening up through the shoulder, the inner eyes of your elbows, your palms of your hands. And do that a few more times with your breath. You might even want to hunch the shoulders a little, tuck your chin as you exhale, and then as you inhale, feel the chest lift. Maybe bring your gaze up. So slow, deliberate movements. Deepening and lengthening your breath. One more. And from here, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Let the palms touch. Exhale, draw the hands down the midline of the body. And again, bring them out to shoulder height. Turn the palms up. Bending the elbows, rest your hands on your shoulders and drop your elbows down. With your breath, inhale, bring the elbows forward, all the way up. As you come up, walk your fingertips down your back. As you exhale, bring your elbows wide. A little pause as you squeeze the shoulders and your elbows back. Keep exhaling to drop the elbows down. So with the full inhale, draw the elbows forward and up. And exhale, coming halfway, little pause to squeeze. Keep exhaling, drop the elbows. So do 2 more rounds with your breath. And then release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, bringing your left arm all the way up. Walk your right hand over to the side, coming into a side bend. You can have your gaze up or forward or down, just depending on how your neck is today. Squeeze the inner thighs together. As you inhale, come up through the center, over to the other side. Draw the shoulders down your back. Nice deep breaths. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, draw your hands down the center line, coming forward on all fours. And then extending your left leg out to the back of the mat and press into your heel. Hug your belly. Press the hands firmly down into the mat. From here, bring your right foot back and come onto the inside edge of your left foot. And then reach your left arm up towards the sky, coming into gate pose. Pressing the hip creases forward. Option to extend your arm alongside your ear, feeling this beautiful long stretch all the way from the outer edge of your left foot towards the fingertips. Option to lift your left leg up off the floor and maybe find your ankle and then stretch it back, pull the heel back, lift your gaze back, feeling a beautiful opening through the front of your chest. Slowly return, expanding energy outwards and then lowering your left heel back down. Come up on an inhalation. Exhale, hands come to your hips. And then turn your left foot, toes pointing out. We're slowly going to bend into our left knee and see if you can feel that beautiful stretch through your inner thighs. Bring your left forearm onto your left thigh. Right arm circles up and over alongside your ear and sink a little deeper into your left knee. Draw the top shoulder back. You might like to look back towards your right hand side. And then inhale, press all the way back upright. Come back to all fours. And taking your right foot to the back of the mat. Press into the ankle and the heel to feel that stretch along your calf muscle. Hug the belly. And then pivot your left foot back. Come onto the inside edge of your right foot. Inhale, right arm comes up for gate pose. You might like to extend your arm alongside your right ear. Press the hip creases forward. Maybe float your right leg up Maybe reach back, find your ankle, and open up through the chest as you push your right foot back. Draw the right shoulder away from your ear, and then come back into hovering your right leg up. Float the right foot down, press into your left hand, come all the way upright. Bring your hands onto your hips and pivot your right foot out to the side. Bend into your right knee, right forearm comes onto your right thigh, and left arm can come all the way up and over. You might like to look back towards your left or anywhere else that's comfortable for your neck. And then inhale, come all the way back onto all fours. Bring your knees nice and wide, stretch the hips all the way back, walk the fingertips forward and rest in child pose. You might like to wriggle the hips a little from side to side, or just pause here, let your chest sink down to the floor. And then inhale, lift your gaze, draw your arms all the way up and over, and then interlace your hands behind your back, stretching out through the arms and the shoulders. And then release, come forward on all fours, plant your hands, tuck the toes. Let's lift up, downward facing dog. Shake the head a little. Press the hands firmly down into the mat. Feel the softness through the neck. Maybe some heel presses or pausing in your down dog. And on your next inhale, right leg comes up for three-legged dog. Keep the hips nice and level. So your right toes, right knee and thigh are facing down to the floor. Exhale, hug your knee in towards your chest. Hovering plank. 2 more times. Inhale, draw the right heel up. Exhale, hug it in, hovering plank. Inhale, bring the right leg back up. Exhale, hug in and step your right foot next to your right hand. Anchor the left heel down, come up, warrior two position. Allowing your right knee to traction forward. Gentle lift of Mula Bandha, feel that length all the way into the crown of your head. From here, we're going to straighten through the right leg and then crossing your arms, giving yourself a little hug. And then bend into the front knee, draw the arms out to a T, gazing over your right fingertips. So with your breath, inhale, give yourself that hug, exhale. Settle back into warrior two. 2 more. From here, bring your gaze back toward your left hand, lower the left hand down, press the back of your left leg into the palm of your hand. So you're really anchoring down to the outer edge of your left foot. Right palm turns up, inhale, and exhale, come into reverse warrior, and just bend your elbow wherever it's comfortable. And this time we're going to bring our gaze still back, looking towards our left foot as you sink a little deeper into your right knee. Feel your right elbow point up and begin to lean towards your left foot. Inhale, unravel, straighten the right leg, transition into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Feel that expansiveness across your chest. Let your gaze be wherever it's comfortable. Tiny tuck of the chin wherever you are, and feeling like you're pressing the back of your head against an imaginary wall. Keep drawing your right thigh into the hip socket. Lengthen through both sides of your waist. And then slowly bring your gaze down to the floor. Windmill the arms down as you bend into your right knee, coming into your lunge position. And step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float forward into plank. Exhale, lower the body down. Releasing through the feet. Inhale, come up into cobra. Exhale to soften, press back into child pose. And inhale, rise up, downward facing dog. Taking 3 beautiful, slow yogic breaths in. And then taking your right hand towards your left ankle or your calf muscle, bend your right knee and then press the left heel down as you look back towards the sky underneath your left underarm. Might be a bit wobbly, it's okay. Feel a nice stretch through your outer left thigh. Then releasing and do the other side. So bending your left knee, right heel anchors down. Take your left hand to your outer right leg. Hug in, so use your strength to pull your body through. And then gaze up towards the sky underneath your right underarm. Slowly release, come back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg comes up for 3-legged dog. Exhale, hug your knee in, hovering plank. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, hug it in, hollow your belly, press the floor away. One more. And then place your left foot next to your left hand, right heel comes down, come up, warrior 2 position. Bring your gaze over your left fingertips, soften through the shoulders. And then as you inhale, straighten the left leg, draw the arms in for that little hug. And exhale, come back to warrior 2. So as you inhale and straighten the legs, lift up through the pelvic floor. And then exhale, release. 2 more times with your breath. Now bring your gaze towards your right hand, lower the right hand towards your leg, press your leg into your hand. Bring your gaze forward for a moment, draw the left palm up, inhale, draw your arm up overhead, reverse warrior, and bring your gaze back towards your right hand or right foot and draw the right shoulder back. Bend your left elbow, sink deep into your left knee, keep pressing firmly into your right hand with your right leg. Remember to keep breathing. Lean back a little towards your right. Good, and then inhale, unravel, straighten the left leg. Transition into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Firmly pressing both feet down into the mat. Feel this buoyancy travel up your legs, creating this beautiful foundation. Feel this beautiful length in the spine from your tailbone to the base of the skull, and just checking in where your head is most comfortable. Gently pressing the back of your head into this imaginary wall. Bring your gaze down, release the hands, framing your front foot. You're in your lunge position. Take a breath in, exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, lower the body down, maybe chaturanga. Inhale, come into cobra or up dog. Exhale, return to downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Press the index finger and thumb firmly down into the mat. See if you can spin or draw your bicep muscles forward. So you feel your shoulders wrap around towards your underarms. Reach the sit bones nice and high. And then bring your gaze between your hands And see if you can hop or step between your hands. Feet are together, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending your knees a little here, wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. Hug in, and very slowly in your own time as you relax through the crown of your head, maybe try to straighten your legs. Take your time, there's no hurry. Feel that you're using the strength of your arms to lift your chest through, almost feeling as if you bring your chest towards your feet. Relax the head. Slowly unravel, come all the way up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, pivot forward. You might like to bend your knees a little. Release into your forward fold. And then inhaling, half lift. Exhale, both feet step back. Step your feet together in plank position here. Coming into a side plank. So pivot over to the right. You might like to keep your feet in front of each other, or you might like to stack the feet, press the floor away as you reach your left arm up. Balancing here. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. If it's too intense, step your top foot forward to support. And then coming back into plank, pausing here, stay strong. Pivot over to the left hand side, reach your right arm up. Enjoy the wobble a little, press the floor away, press your right hip up, squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, come back into plank. And lower all the way down to the floor, release through the feet. And then slide your forearms forward, coming into Sphinx position. Let your head relax. Lift your kneecaps up off the floor as you press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Take a deep breath in here. Big sigh out. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes, relax your legs. And then bending your left knee, coming into a little bit of a back bend here, half bow. So reach back with your left hand as you flex your foot and pull the foot back. You can keep your right forearm onto the floor. You can lower your gaze or look slightly in front. If you feel very open today through your back body, you might like to press the right hand into the floor and lift your elbow up off the mat. Important to keep your left foot flexed, it's pulling you up. And one more breath here. And then exhale, come back into Sphinx. And changing sides, so bending your right knee. Reach your right hand back, really flex the foot and pull the foot back. Keep the chest facing forward. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Maybe straightening through the left arm. So check that you're not pivoting to the right hand side. Keep pulling your right foot back. Breathe. Should create heat in the body. And exhale, release. Come back into Sphinx for a moment. Try to not be in a hurry to come into a counter pose straight away. And just notice what's occurring in your lower back. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out, like a breath. Now widen your elbows and just make a pillow out of your arms so you can rest your head on your hands. Allow your heels to flop out to the side, maybe even turn the toes in, and just noticing that release through your lower back. Slowly straighten through the feet. Slide your hands under the shoulders, hug the elbows in. Gently come up onto all fours. Round your back into cat. It will feel quite strong as you hug your belly towards your spine. And then widen your knees. Send your hips all the way back for child pose. Keep your arms in front. Lower your forehead down to the mat. Bringing a softness to the hips. And then as you breathe in, walk your hands into the body a little. And then take your right forearm down to the floor, palm facing up. Slide that hand through. Option to keep walking your left hand to the top of the mat, rest onto the right side of your face. Or you might like to bring your left arm up and behind your back, tucking your hand into your right hip crease. You can stay here. Sometimes I like to bend my right elbow, bring my right hand towards my left shoulder to lift it up a little, coming into a deeper twist. So just checking what's good for your body in this moment. Slowly release. Come back into the center. Lengthen the arms out, pausing here. When you're ready, changing sides. So take your left arm underneath, palm facing up, walk the right hands either to the top of the mat. You can also bring a pillow or a cushion under your hand. Maybe reach your right arm up and over. Just checking in. And then slowly unravel. Reach your hands back to the top of the mat. And then slowly rise up, coming into downward facing dog. You might like to walk it out a little in your downward facing dog. Shake your hand. And we'll come back to our little twist dog. So taking your right hand to your left leg, maybe bend your right knee a lot or a little and just press your hips away to the right a little, really feeling like you're hugging your left hip in. As you draw the chest through, looking underneath your left underarm up to the sky. So it might feel a little different now. Changing sides. Really hugging the right hip in as you press the right heel down. Slowly release. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, come to half lift. Option to come just into dangling here. Or you might like to come into Padangusthasana, where we slide our hands underneath the feet. So bringing the crease of your wrist and your toes to touch. You can bend your knees here, it's perfectly fine. And then draw the elbows wide to relax your head and pull the chest through. As you're here, you might like to slowly begin to straighten the legs. But if it's rounding your upper back too much, then keep your knees bent. Really lift through the sit bones. If it's too intense, release your hands and just hold on to your ankles. 3 more breaths here. Nice and slow and deep. Really press the feet into the hands, creating this beautiful loop of energy, all connecting. And very slowly untangle. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Let your hands come beside your body. Roll the shoulders. Bending your knees, and as slowly as you can, we're going to roll down. So really stretching through your back body. Let your head lead you. Arms are heavy. Go slow. Really taking care of your spine. And once you come into dangling, walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. And hopefully you can come into a really beautiful downward facing dog that feels just right. And then float your knees down, coming into a kneeling position here. I'll just face you to the front. And this is where you'll need your bolster for your yin yoga pose. So taking your bolster and place it flush against your left hip here. And then slide your feet over to the right hand side. So we'll come into a twist lying over the bolster. You can bring your left foot toward your right knee if you prefer. Take your hands on either side of the bolster. Maybe tuck the bottom hip under a little so that you can straighten your belly and your chest over the line of the bolster or the cushions. And then slowly begin to lie down. The full pose is where you turn your head away and rest onto the side. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of height or bring a block underneath, and you can kind of hug your hands under the bolster. If you don't like that, and if it's too much for your neck, then just turn your nose in the direction that your knees are facing. So adjust through the legs and the hips. You might like to extend the top leg a little bit further back. And then settling in here. We'll rest here for about 4 minutes. Very slowly preparing to come out of the pose. Take your time to come upright to sitting. Once you're sitting, take a moment to pause here. And then we'll change sides, so you can straighten your legs out. You can also just turn around so you're facing the other side, or move the bolster over to the opposite side. Bending your knees, so letting your feet come over to the left-hand side. Your bolster is flush with your hip. And then as you turn and bring each one of your hands on either side of the bolster, just lift that bottom hip up so that you can lower your belly and your chest facing onto the bolster. And then maybe turning your head away, see how that feels, or just letting your head be wherever it's comfortable. And once you're in the pose, let your eyes close. Let your whole body melt down into the support here beneath you. Such a beautiful stretch, this supported twist to release tension out of your lower back, your middle, your upper back, your hips. So really soaking up all the goodness from this pose. very gently coming out of the pose. Let yourself come upright to sitting, pausing here for a few breaths. And opening your eyes, just stretching your legs out to the top of the mat. You might like to keep your bolster where it is, and then taking your blocks in preparation for reclining butterfly pose. Before we come into the butterfly pose, which is going to be our relaxation shavasana, so you can straighten the legs out to the top of the mat. You might like to sit on a blanket or a cushion as we'll come into some breathing, some pranayama, Nadi Shodhana. So finding a beautiful tall spine. Let your eyes gently close. Be in your comfortable meditation seat. Tiny tuck of your chin. Proudly lift through your chest. Softening your belly. And then taking your dominant hand, let your index and middle finger rest between your eyebrows, and your thumb rest on one of your nostrils and your ring finger on the other. Bring your elbows slightly out to the side to allow still for your shoulders to relax. Keeping both nostrils open for now. Find a little bit more length into the crown of your head. Feel the neck long, and each side of your neck balancing evenly. Breathing in and out through both nostrils. Following the breath into the body, and follow your breath back out of your body. As you begin to lengthen and deepen the breath, follow the breath from the nostrils, up the nose, down your throat, into the lungs. And then as you exhale, follow the breath back out of your body. Do that once more, following the pathway all the way in and back out. And this time feeling as you inhale that you're breathing up both sides of the nostrils like a pyramid, going all the way to your third eye, into the midbrain center. An awareness of the chest inflating, but your attention stays at the third eye. And then exhaling from your third eye down both sides of the nostrils out. So allow a beautiful lightness to float into the body with your in-breath. And a beautiful softness, a release with your out-breath. Continue for a few more breaths as you bring your hand that's resting on your leg, palm facing up, thumb and index finger touching. Let's all exhale together now. And then closing your right nostril. Inhale through the left for 3, 2, 1, close the left, open the right. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Keep the right nostril open to inhale for 3, 2, 1. Close the right, open the left. Exhaling for 3, 2, 1. Keep the left open to inhale for 3, 2, 1. Awareness to the third eye. Open the right nostril and try to exhale for a count of 4. Inhale for a count of 3 through the right nostril. And then exhale through the left for a count of 4. Continue. See if you can begin to lengthen your next exhale to 5. Still breathing in for a count of 3. And eventually trying to lengthen your exhale to a count of 6. So we have a ratio of 1 to 2. You might breathe in for a count of 4, and then you would eventually breathe out for a count of 8. But take it at your own pace, nice and slow, relaxed. Broaden across your collarbones, tiny tuck of your chin, relax the jaw, your face. Awareness of breathing in through the third eye space and feeling light and spacious. And then as you breathe out from your third eye space, feel a beautiful blanket of ease and calm settling down over you. Do one more full round where you finish exhaling through your left nostril. We always begin Nadi Shodhana by breathing in through the left and breathing out through the left, because your left nostril, the moon channel, the yin, automatically tunes into your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest, relax and digest phase. Whereas your right nostril, the sun channel, the yang, is related to your sympathetic nervous system, the get up and go. So you might notice either your right or left nostril more open than the other, and by practicing Nadi Shodhana, we even out the flow of energy through both. So once you've completed breathing out through the left, release your hand, pausing here, and awareness of your breath, breathing in through both nostrils to the third eye, and breathing out. Just a subtle awareness of your third eye space. You feel that you draw the energy towards the center of your eyebrows, but draw it a little deeper into the center of the midbrain, nourishing, softening, releasing. In your own time, there is no hurry. Making your way to rest on the bolster, either in reclining butterfly pose, or you might prefer to bring your legs up against the wall or rest in Shavasana. So, settling in to complete rest for your body and your mind. Allow your whole body to rest, feeling a sense of even your bones melting and softening down to the earth. Even your skin that's enveloping your body, let it soften. And allow your muscles, your ligaments and your tendons to release their grip on your bone structure. Feeling this beautiful sense of melting, releasing and softening. Letting go of your identity, letting go of who you are, how others see you. And just for this next few precious moments, settle into your true essence, nature, your pure, beautiful, shining, loving energy. Very slowly letting your awareness drift back to your physical body, resting here on the cushions, the yoga mat. You might like to gently wriggle the toes, your fingers, move your head a little from side to side. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in and stretch and yawn your body awake to a brand new beginning. And rolling over toward your favorite side, take a moment to pause this beautiful transition between your yoga asana practice and returning to the world around us. Tapping into this beautiful lake of peace that is always present. We just need to learn to tap into this all the time. So when you're ready, coming upright to a comfortable seat, let your hands come together in Anjali Mudra. Giving thanks for your practice, giving thanks to yourself. Namaste.